I like how when Dimension 7 starts coming in, I start looking better. And I start feeling better. I can feel it coming through my eyes. So make sure that you get it all throughout your body and throughout the egg. Now, Dimension 7's light. Literally. Keep going. Can you imagine running dimensions into 40-something eggs, maybe more, maybe less, over and over for the next 3 years? You'll actually learn the dimensions, which is kind of cool. You'll learn the dimensions and Kabbalah. Okay. Now into the past. Dimension 8. I'm going to fill up the middle of my egg with Dimension 7 just a little bit more. So I clean up. Everything. I feel it in my back. I feel it in my spine. And then SLYTHERIN kind of feels good. SLYTHERIN feels strong and not creepy. Man. All right. Now into the past. I'm feeling all the light energy going into my feet right now. So let me... That feels good. If one of you guys downloaded the snake skin around the egg, that was one of the teachings and downloads for the egg that went around and wrapped around. It didn't come through the second time, but for the few of you that got the download, do it. I feel somebody going, I get all your downloads. That's good. I love you, Khaleesi. You don't have to attack me. I can hear you, okay? That's awesome. Okay. Now into the past. Dimension 8. Get access to alien lifetimes. Lessons, not just souls, soul lessons. Alien lifetimes. I want to say all the Harry Potter stuff is alien. We were all witches and wizards and this crazy shit on other planets. Aliens aren't necessarily grays. They could just look like humans. It's alien. People are dumb. I have a dream about being in the Pleiades with all this Harry Potter stuff, right? And all the people, like white, black, brown, nobody was blue there, okay? It was kind of just it mirrored Earth. And there was this one girl that reminded me, she was like my best friend, or one of my best friends. Fake friends, but best friends. And there was this shit going on in her back, like the back of her heart chakra, and it was like melting, and it was like a tattoo that like melted. And we were in a magical world, right? And she goes, "We need your help, Khaleesi. Look," they didn't call me Khaleesi back then, but "we need your help." I'm like, "Do you see the mountains that are like melting?" This is like a really scary, sad dream. Like the stuff that I do here on Earth also reverberates to other planets. We're not alone. They lived in like cool dorm-like buildings. It wasn't beautiful Harry Potter world. It was like it would look like how we would do it today, right now. Like if we were gonna buy a bunch of buildings and like house all these students, it would be like that. In the interim, for us actually like building biggest little farm planet kind of thing. She was really pretty. She looked like she was a little heavier, mixed race, curly, froey hair, like beautiful makeup. She was she reminded me of one of my girlfriends in Texas, like Devin Piles. If anybody of you guys know Devin Piles in Texas, the fact that I can remember her name is bizarre. Okay. She had this, either she was Devin Piles, like in another body in the Pleiades, or she was, man, she looked like her. Plus, we can be in other bodies that don't look the same, and other planets. So that's now into the past. Process of remembering. Okay, dimension 9. Celestial and celestial guidance. Let's get this going. Here's where I compete with Babaji. You guys think it's not a competition? You have no idea what Gaybra is yet. Just like, that's why most of you guys are Hufflepuff. It's not a competition. Gaybra is higher on the tree. Dimension 9. It's not really a competition between me and Babaji, though. Believe me. It is, but it's not. My favorite teaching that just came through today, and Babaji was like, this is one of the best teachings on Earth. It was racehorse magic. For like how God likes to give me pieces of shit witches to compete against so that I could excel. Like, take what they did and then go deeper and faster and better. Because it annoys you how crappy they are. And then God goes, do you see the mirror? You're my piece of shit racehorse. And then I go, and then I go, I'd rather be God's piece of shit racehorse than not. That I'd even qualify to be the piece of shit racehorse so that God could like look at what I was doing and then go, that pisses me off, let me do it 5,000 times better. And then Lucifer comes in. This is the best teaching about Lucifer I have ever in my life. It's one thing to be the piece of shit racehorse. It's another to be... I can't even say it. It's another to be God's competition. So that's like Lucifer is God's competition. And then Baba G came through and just was like, that's the best teaching on the planet. Nobody gets. None of you guys will get it. That's something else. And that's the difference between me and Lucifer. Oh my god. Oh man. Man, it's just just imagine Toothless up against God. Going, you're my competition. That makes Lucifer look like a hero. I don't think anybody understands. Go Slytherin. That's Gabriel. That's Gryffindor. That's Lucifer as an archangel going, I compete. Dimension 9. So Dimension 9, celestial and celestial guidance, spirit guides, angels, guides coming through, channeling, cosmic devas. Okay. You see where the story relates to Dimension 9. Dimension 10. Charlie didn't come through. Charlie's good. Dimension 10. Now into the future. Psychic vision, prophecy, knowings, feelings. You see how we could start going a little bit faster on some of these other ones? Some of you might want to go slower. There we go. Do it that way. There we go. Okay, now into the future. Dimension 10. Dimension 11. Bone. So this is the actual bone dimension. Yep, see how 1 and 11 are similar and connected? This is where you'll actually start to feel the bone skeletons come through. Why the skeleton for the snake actually came in with metal bending and earth bending grids. The python. Somebody asked, if we put a cobra in our egg, is that okay? Yeah, probably. Now we know who's really Slytherin. Just don't tell anybody. That's the ninja stuff. Bone. Feel it into your bones. And see it reinforcing into the bones and the skeletal structure of the egg. It might even create some more calcification on the eggshell around the dragon scales. Dimension 12. Muscle. I'm ready for this one. This is where the sack of meat comes in. I like the download me at. So it's where I'm physically at. That's where the real muscle is. It's a really big showing up teaching. Where I physically show up is where I'm going to get the strongest work done. So if I'm in London, my grids are going to be the strongest in London. So my rain grids are going to be the strongest in London. So if you're asking me to pray for rain in California when I'm in London, it's going to disperse my energy. But I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying my strongest is going to be in London. You see that a lot of elephants are just dying because they're dehydrated. And you go, oh, she needs to make it rain in Africa. It'd be best if I was in Africa, being gritting Africa, but with protection because they like to burn witches there. Let's not pretend that all these people are, saints. You see where the assets of Slytherin is? Save your own ass first, Khaleesi. Okay, good with the muscle. I got a good muscle grid, better than it was before. Dimension 13, nerves. Slytherin's got a lot of nerve. Just allow that to just come through. There we go, dimension 14. I don't feel like it's complete yet, so that sucks. Dimension 14, circulatory. You guys think Slytherins don't have hearts? They have hearts for the planet. They have hearts for their reptilian children, like dragons and stuff. They have hearts for the geese. I feel the fibers of the egg coming alive. It actually looks like a circulatory system inside the egg. I'm just making sure my circulatory on the lower end is thriving as much as it is on the upper parts. Dimension 15, respiratory. You should start to feel like you can breathe again. Like somehow your magic is working and you see it begetting itself. That you can let go and now breathe. Kind of like a mother with a child. It's playing with scissors and you're like, ah! Something like that. You're like, take that away, get them the lesson, and then maybe I can breathe again. It's not that easy with children. They never learn the lesson. Some do. Turn on their learn lessons genomes. And start to see that. And then turn off the not learn lessons genomes. There is nothing desirable about not learning the lessons. Okay, digestive. Okay, God. Digestive. God's teaching me something about people. I have not learned my lessons about how cruel and evil the people on the planet are. And why they are in the position that they're in. Just because they don't act cruel on the outside doesn't mean that it's not who they are on the inside. Remember, we can hear your thoughts. It shows up in your cells. It shows up in your aura. It shows up in the way that you guys teach. It shows up in the value systems. Dimension 16, digestive. Hode at the most. Unless they're in NETZACH or above. I hear somebody going, the mystery school's not in NETZACH, they're still in Hode, but they're trying to be in NETZACH. Their higher bodies are in NETZACH. I'll just say that. As far as I'm concerned, even Star's lower body isn't Tiferet. Or it will be. Digestive. That one's good. Okay. 17. Endocrine. End of crying dimension. God says end of crime dimension. Yeah. This is not human crime, it's God crime. When the two of them when humans are in Gebra, then they'll understand God's law. Until then, they're just dumb. Reproductive, dimension 18. This is the really productive, really productive and real protective dimension. Way more discernment comes through with reproductive. The lymphatic dimension, 19. And I feel the shit in my brain that goes, I am stupid. I'm never going to be able to do anything. This is dumb. A waste of my time. This is just the program. Because I'm trying to clean out my third eye and the shit in my brain. Sometimes you have to surrender to all of those shadows Just surrender to them. They may be true, they may not be true. But let me tell you this, I'd rather go down a failure than a coward. It's honorable to fail. It's not honorable to just quit because it's not. Do you understand? Failing includes lessons. Not even bother trying doesn't include anything. So the lymphatic is opening up to clear this shit out. Here's stars about to slap my face. If this is just the shit that's being cleaned out through the lymphatic system. That not even wanting to bother trying is what gets in my own way. So I'm going to run this dimension a little harder, a little stronger. If you reach a block like this, that's just so bad. It's so bad. You feel it. And you surrender to the feeling of it. And you pray that you can just deal with it. And then maybe somebody like Charlie comes along, or God, or Tinkerbell, and puts some light in and starts opening up and giving you air to breathe through those blocks. And now I feel the flow of the lymphatic system going better. And he goes, I really want to quit right now because I'm afraid. That's what I feel. If you guys feel that all the time, normal. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Or you guys can just, spend your time watching Twilight. Fortune favors the bold. Get over yourself. This is the get over yourself dimension. Maybe that python sacrificing itself was the point. Maybe it needs to let go of itself for a reason. So then we go dimension 20, urinary. That one goes in just fine. So the lymphatic system is for you to let go of yourself. Thanks, Charlie. I like when Charlie corrects me. Urinary. Dimension 21, invasive. This is where the alien implants are. Oh, we didn't do all the elements this time. Oh, we can do it in the next video. And number 2, are you sure we didn't put all the elements in? We'll do it in the next video. Invasive. So now your home should start to feel kind of neutralized and clean, your temple. Dimension 22, vortex recognition. We're going to pick up the pace a little bit. Vortex recognition. Be able to see and understand and recognize vortexes. If you've already taken Dimensional Mastery and you're doing this video, you should be like, yeah, this is way better than what we did there. Or it's way different, way more fun. I think it's more fun. Because we really get to feel the dimensions. We would spend a couple hours going through the dimensions every night, but it's another thing to do it. See how this is just Dimensional Mastery? Go through the dimensions every night, 30 nights, and we do 30, 40 eggs. It's just with all the dimensions. It's just 3.5-year course. Man. All right, vortex recognition. Vortex 22. Vortex 23 is what? Vortex amplification. So now we make it bigger. What? We're going to create our House of Slytherin vortex to be bigger and stronger. Dimension 24. This one's vortex closure. I like to. 24 is the death path. So it's also like vortex closure. So it's a nice parallel. It doesn't always make sense yet, but maybe someday it will. It's kind of dark. The Hanged Man. Vortex amplification. Man. Because 23 is vortex amplification, and the path 23 is the Hanged Man. Vortex closure. Maybe that's what we're doing on this planet. That's what you guys decided. I'm just working off of God's grids. Okay. Dimension 25, vortex manipulation. What you guys don't understand about 25, it's that it's birth. So where temperance is actually like the birth card. It comes after the death card. So if you were going to start the tree, like as an actual birth, it would be temperance. Temperance is the dragon initiation path. Heart to sacral. Balance. They're all about balance. Vortex polarity. Dimension 26. So change negative from positive or the reverse. So if something's too light, like in Mary Poppins, with all the assholes floating up into the sky, and Mary Poppins comes down and goes, lower yourselves. That's an asset, and there's a wisdom that comes to it. So don't get caught up in like positivity all the time. This is where Zeus will come in and Shakti me if I'm laughing too much. But a lot of times Zeus will come in and not even care because he knows I need to heal and use that laughter to help. So vortex polarity. Vortex creation. Dimension 27. Man, we can create with very little dimension 27. That's good. I feel Star coming in going, I'm over these Slytherin witches. We need to upgrade them. Into Hufflepuff. Keep doing the work. You guys haven't even reached DI level yet. At all. That's the 50s. Divinity comes in at 2 for it. Slytherin's still divine because it has Hokmah. Don't forget it. But divinity itself comes in at 2 for it. So Slytherin might be cold and a bit heartless, but it still comes with God's wisdom. Get this 27 up, please. Stop lowering ourselves. Because the dragons come with wisdom. They're dragon beings. Portal sensory, dimension 28. Make sure 27 is good. I was going to do a kids video called the sorting hat. I think this is a lot better. Maybe I'll still do it, but I was going to put it in Hode. I haven't had the time to do it yet. Or the download. I just feel like I'm never going to get dimension 27 up at the top of my egg, so why not? Because I'm still not including Kater. Probably. Okay. Portal sensory, dimension 28. The ability to sense portals. You guys are getting antsy and ungrateful. This is a great place to pause the video. And then start again when you're no longer antsy and ungrateful. So yeah, that's portal. Don't worry. We got antsy and ungrateful in paying for the full $11,000 class also. Believe me. That's why we didn't walk away with sticks in our hands going expecto patronum with patronuses flying out of it. Or you guys could just join the Hare Krishna temple and listen to their program all day long. Or do both. Oh geez, like both. Do both. Portal recognition. '29, dimension 29. Portals, so this is recognize standing at a door. Doors are not stable. It feels like there is something wrong or air or God bumps. The ability to recognize the portals. Portal stability, dimension 30. This is to stabilize it. Stabilize door so you can pass through. There we go. That did some good stuff to my root chakra. Like how it says my root chakra. Is that why Donald Trump is such a dick? Except his root chakra is nothing now. He has abnegated himself. He lost the honor and dignity of a root chakra. If you cut yourself off from Earth, what you're rooting into, then there's a problem. This is why technically evil people will always corrupt. So if you're unrooted, but your root chakra heavy, and that's where you operate off of, you don't understand any of the higher chakras. Man, that sucks. Portal stability. He needed Earth to stay stable. That is correct. So, smart people learn from their own mistakes. Wise people will always see a million other people's mistakes and ask the question, how do I not have to go through that? What do I need to do to prevent those things? And then you still need an empty cup because the rules change. $31, opening a portal. Just felt some Slytherin come in and try to take a knife to my tongue, to split my tongue so that it's like a snake. Is that really what you guys want to create? Is that what Slytherin is? instead of Jake Sully on the back of a dragon. You guys can go pretty much as dark as you want as Jake Sully on the back of a dragon. Isn't that enough? Mutilation to the body. Really where people need to go.